Welcome to WeLearn, Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 14, part 2, Balance of Payment and EXIM Policy. Coming towards the first topic of the second part, that is Export-Import Policy 1997 to 2002. The principal objective of EXIM policy are to accelerate the country's transition to a globally oriented vibrant economy, to derive maximum relief is from expanding global market opportunity. Number 2, to stimulate sustained economic growth by providing access to essential raw materials, intermediates, components, consumable and good required for assuming production. Number 3, to enhance the technological strength and efficiency of Indian agricultural industry and services, thereby improving their competitiveness. Number 4, to promote quality products at reasonable prices. Next are the main features of this policy. These are: all export and imports are free subjects or the regulation imposed by the government except those which are contained in the negative list appends to the policy. Number 2, items contained in the negative list of import can be classified into 3 categories. These are prohibited goods, restricted goods and canalized goods. Number 3, all goods except those in the negative list may be freely imported without any restriction. Number 4, the duty exemption scheme has been introduced for exporter. This scheme consists of duty-free license and duty entitlement pass books. Next, coming towards the role of EXIM Bank. EXIM Bank was set up for the purpose of financing, facilitating and promoting foreign trade of India. EXIM Bank is the principal financial institution for coordinating the working of institutions engaged in financial export and import trade of India. The EXIM Bank is to finance the Indian export that lend to continuity of foreign exchange of India. Next is genesis of EXIM Bank. EXIM Bank operational philosophy comprises of 5 major components. These components are: to make the Indian exporter internationally competitive. Number 2, to develop alternate financial solution for an Indian exporter. Number 3, to provide information on export opportunities so that new export opportunities are pursued. Number 4, to provide production and marketing finance, making Indian manufactured product internally competitive. Number 5, to respond to export problems of Indian exporter and pursue policy resolution. Next is the EXIM Bank's lending programs. Number 1 is loan to Indian exporters. Superiors which provide credits to the suppliers. Next is consultancy and technology services, pre-shipment credit, project finance to export oriented units, import finance and overseas investment finance. And next is loans to commercial banks of India, export hill, rediscounting, small scale industry, refinance of export credit and refinance of term loans. Next is loans to foreign government, importers and financial institutions. These are overseas buyer credit, lines of credit, re-lending facility to banks overseas. And the last is guaranteeing of obligations. So following are the questions based on the part 1 of the session and part 2 of the session. These are: distinguish between balance of trade and balance of payment. Number 2, mention 4 important causes of balance of payment difficulties in India. Number 3, what do you mean by the term foreign exchange and rate of exchange? And the last question is, what are the main features of the EXIM policy 1997 to 2002? So, thank you. Happy learning. We learning.